Okay, I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to make these really cute dimensional distressed flowers, and we're going to be making them out of paper bags. Alright? These are very cute, and I like them. Okay, what you're going to need for this tutorial is, you don't have to have this, but I like to do it because it dries it out faster. It's a heat gun. You're going to need some spray mist. I have a tutorial on how to make homemade spray mist like this. This is a pretty denim-y color. I use a shoebox to spray my mist into to keep the mess away. So something handy like that. Some paper bags. These are lunch bags I got at Walmart. These are like, there's 100 of them in there. I think it was like $2 or $3. Some scissors. Some kind of center. If you want to use brads, you know, a brad punch, or if you want to use rhinestones and glue dots. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is take 2 of these paper bags, and we're going to cut the bottoms off, like that. And cut the sides off. So we're left with something like this. Now we're going to cut these into squares, and the simplest way is just cut them in half like this. Cut the little knob off the top. Take the corner, fold it up till it's even with the top, like that, and then cut the excess off. We're going to turn that for 4 squares, so we're left with that. Okay, now we're going to fold our squares, our little triangles. These don't have to be perfect. The messier they are, the better. But we're going to take one corner, we're going to fold it up to the top, so it's like that. Then we're going to take this corner, and we're going to wrap it around, so it's like this, like that on the back. And then we're going to fold it underneath again, until it's like this, and then fold it in half one more time. So that way we're left with something that looks similar to that. Oh, you can see that? And then we're going to take the top off with our scissors, and we're just going to round it, the very top of it. So that way we're left with something that looks kind of like this. And when we open it up, you'll see a little flower. We're going to do the same thing with these other triangles as we did with this one, same folding, and we're going to make them. We're going to cut the tops off smaller and smaller each time, so that way they stagger. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second. All right, when you're finished, you're going to have something that's similar to this, to all 4 of them being kind of staggered. Like this one's going to be taller, smaller. Like you cut them smaller each time, just like that. And then when you're done, we're going to open them all up. That way you can see that they're not perfect, because that's what gives them that distressed look. Now you can ink these now, or you could just spray them, or whatever you want to do. But it'll be something similar to that. Now when you're done opening them all up, I want you to take them and roll them up into a little ball and wad all 4 of them up just like that. And you'll be left with 4 little wads just like that. And then that will give them a more distressed look. And then you're going to want to open them up and just kind of careful not to tear the bag, because they are paper bags a little bit weaker than, and you don't want to tear it all the way. But you just want to give them a nice crinkled look. Like that, and then you open all 4 of them up. Alright, when we have them all done, we're going to take them and we're going to spray them with our little spray mist. And get them coated, and then I like to use my heat gun to kind of help them dry a little faster. you do that to all 4 of them. One thing I wanted to show you real quick as they're drying, if you can see when you crinkled them up, the way the spray hits it, it makes it look like they have veins, which makes it look more like a real flower. I think that's really neat. Okay, once your pieces are dry, they go ahead and they take a few minutes to dry. So once they're done, we're going to assemble the flower. We're going to take and put the next largest, and the smallest on top. Now, how you adhere them is up to you. If you want, you could take a brad punch and punch through the center and just add a brad. Or if you want, you could just you could take glue dots. If you want them more dimensional, you could take foam adhesive, the foam squares, and you can actually make them pop up even more. But for time's sake, we're just going to use the glue dots and just assemble them. Just, normal. And kind of stagger the petals where you can see in between them. Alright, so we have something like that. Now we're going to kind of roll the edges a little bit, kind of crinkle the edges just to make it like, okay, for time's sake we're just going to use a rhinestone and a glue dot, but you can always put buttons, pearls, any kind of center you want. But for time's sake, we're just going to put a gem right there in the middle, crinkle up the edges, and there we go. Our little 3-dimensional distressed flower made out of a paper bag. Hope you enjoyed it.